うんだっけ。あ、オープンレックやっぱり新しく部屋建てないといけないのか。面倒ですね。いちいちやんの。できてるわ。できた。はい。
ロピパンさん、トップ 1NGP4 だ、イス、ノー、ライブ、ストレアミング、ハロ、ゴ、グアディアンス、ジプネング、ハロゴ、昔の世界大会振り返り配信。
あれああ。うん。OK。OK です。
よし。
いますか。
見ましょう。
Time. So interesting to see how we can take that and bring it into the Pro League and what kind of firepower he adds to that. But tell you what, guys, crack.
ちゃうね。これを見たいね。
Away with this, right? Already a triple-double for APG as Mikwin still does have just over 50% of camo left, light rifle in hand as well. They're about to run away with this. He just heard a 60-point run. Look at this, a killing spree double and a triple for Mikwin with the light rifle, 83-16.
Oh, baby, he almost got the overkill as well. Mikwin just walking around with a big fat broom out, cleaning up everything that's fallen his way. Mikwin, we talked about him on the desk before we started, and I believe he did actually manage to pick up that overkill. So, Mikwin, that's the first game of the day. That's the first overkill here at the finals.
Big start for these guys. They're about to close it out. Seconds away from ending this on an 80-point run. You just heard it. Renegades are going to close out game number 1.
And there it is. Renegades take your game number 1 here in Atlanta at the grand finals. And it's a phenomenal performance from everyone involved from them. Guys on the desk, very confident in these 4 young men. As far as the series was concerned, and they started off hot. That's how they wanted to start off. No potential banana skin here for them as far as that game number 1 is concerned.
They also outslay their opponents 47-30 on top of that 100 ranking rights that are also on the line of this event. It's kind of whoever wins this, I think, will go down as between Splice and Tox, at least. Certainly other teams can win this event, but between those two, they're kind of going to end it on top.
It's going to be interesting to see if anyone can break into the top 2 as well, Andy. I mean, it has been those 2 for so long. Renegades have been there on the cusp. Reciprocity have been there on the cusp. But neither of them have managed to battle their way into that grand finals. But if we set the context here for some of the people who might be joining us for the first time, who haven't caught some Halo 5, which would be quite impressive, to be honest with you, yes, this far into the game. But
welcome
along.
Glad to have you here.
You know, come in, enjoy, take a seat. Greatest ever runs in.
He also got really this very unique play style where he's flashy. Just take a look right here, Neptune on your screen. He's flashy, he's quick, but he's also so disciplined.
Which we're gonna get into almost. Beautiful headshot of the match, taking down Atsoy. Beautiful head. about for the rest of the day, Andy? Let's have some excitement. Let's see these two teams, leaving it all out there. I want to see Shock the World come out of the gates hot here. Let's see what they've got.
They're going to keep an eye on Camo bottom middle. Mikwin able to get right away across. You see that Camo is going to be up bottom middle. By the way, as he grabs that, maybe he stays alive. Not going to be able to do so. That Camo picked up pretty early, though. You saw right around a 50 grab. By the way, big shout out to our observers here at this event. We've got the one and only Wonder Boy, long-time Pro Halo veteran Richard Hines, and of course, Natty Knight. Great to have these guys with us.
Absolute squad is how I would describe it, and they're doing a fantastic job and have done all season. They've been a great addition to the team. But starting off here, Andy, 3-3, and Shock the World actually go into an early lead here. But we do know, and like we mentioned before we got into this game, it is a game type which can have some huge swings if you get hold of those power weapons. You need to put them for use, and they have managed to get the sniper rifle in the hands of Noble.
And like we talked about before the break, Shock the World needs to play hyper-disciplined Halo here. Don't give away any free kills. Don't. Well, you can also body your teammate while getting a kill through their body, which is pretty darn impressive. But now they're down by 2 here. They're trapped in bunker. Noble almost hits the shot. He gets taken down, though, by Mikwin in the end. So a little bit of an early lead here for Renegades. But the guys on Shock the World have to play this so disciplined.
Yes, as we say in London. Sorry, mate. You shoot someone in the back like that. Fortunate happens, but now Mikwin set up. On white corner here, you can see Penguin picks up a kill in the feed. He's going to be looking for these spawners. Misses that shot narrowly, but he's going to have a chance to make that right. And Mikwin with the first beautiful headshot of the match, taking down Atso.
Mikwin now going to get real comfortable. Only 1 shot left in this. Going to try to put it to use, but regardless, like we said earlier, it's a little bit of a sign of the first match as well, right, Mark? If you look at how these two teams were neck and neck off the break, and a decent start from Shock the World in both games, but now here we are once again, 16-6. And Renegades really proving that they are not only the more practiced team, but also the more talented team here. Really strong open for them. Camo soon, by the way, in this minute.
Yeah, you can see as soon as they get control of the map, Renegades, they're able to turn it into 3, 6, 9, 12 kills. They just keep one player on spawn, essentially, and unfortunately for Mikwin, he's going to miss that final shot with the sniper rifle. But now it is the battle for Camo. You can see APG gets a trade down low. Mikwin's going to be taken down as well. So now Neptune, you can see, trying to reposition and gets a huge stick on the Camo player. That's going to be 20-9. Shock the World did everything right there. Unfortunately, Neptune's just better.
Wow, Neptune, fantastic string of kills there. A stick on the Camo, of course, is a big one. He's going to pick up another one here. This is exactly what Neptune did in Cafe. Remember back when we saw him in Cafe and Flowers, and he's hiding and being sneaky? That's exactly what he does. He's able to then get that melee and win battles that he should not be winning. And now here they are, up 24-9.
A game changer is how I describe Neptune. He's missing a few shots there, but you can see his teammates' help is coming in. Grenades coming in over his shoulders. He's got teammates flying over his shoulders. And now this has allowed him to be in a great position to potentially pick up a couple of kills. Penguin with the score is getting out of hand very, very quickly.
Penguin with a very strong E2 push. Able to help as you saw them rack up a few more kills there. Finally, we're going to see Neptune fall there. He's the one who did pick up the sniper rifle off of the drop. You can bet that there's going to be a lot of pressure to get that sniper rifle in the hands. Penguin certainly going to want to get his hands on it if he can. Next Camo, not for another minute. So that sniper rifle going to definitely be a factor. How does he pick up that kill? A little bit of miscommunication there.
Stay alive for that long. I mean, his ability to use the map geometry. Stay down, keep his head down, use that railing. And now he's going to be rewarded coming off the respawn with a sniper rifle with plenty of ammo to pick up some kills. But I mean, at the moment, all his teammates are getting greedy. They're picking up the kills first. APG picks up another one. That's going to be a 4 dead here. And Penguin's just set up to slaughter anyone who's even has the thought to come off spawn into his line of sight.
Look at that, holding the back button there. Okay, take a look at that moment. For those of you unfamiliar with what we just saw, holds the back button to know exactly when the opponents are spawning and knowing when he can check bunker to see if they've spawned there. Let's go ahead and go straight into a listening with this hot Renegade squad.
Absolutely one. Wide right now. He's underpass. And cat. Camo 40 underpass. Scatters down in bunker. 43 Camo. 43. White corner. Scattered on bunker. Dead. Another one like overlook at the E1. 40. One shot E1. Camo 40. I've just came over E2. Go on you, one shot. I'm bunker. 43. Trying to look at Camo. Serious got me. He was upfield. Yeah, good job. Good serious. One shot. My map. Dead. Watch the E1 flank. Your snipe ball and I'm dead. Overlook. He's underpass. Shot top snipes, guys. One shot going top snipes. I know I'm looking. I got the guy on you. I'll take this. I'm needing one last. Barrel's going yellow pipes here now, hiding yellow. I'm gonna need it. Don't worry about it. I'm at E2 now. He's sitting up. Watch eyes. Yeah, he's gonna run. I wish we didn't need it. Yeah. I'm watching this. I'm gonna go snipe all the scatter birds. Okay. I'm pushing basement. One shot middle. I'm pushing sniper. One shot. Yeah, one shot. Nice, good job. Connector. Or wait, yeah. Got him, those three. I don't know. He's mid-cat,
Hero
mid-cat.
five.
Okay, hold on, I'm up top. I'm trying to mid-cat. Still mid-cat? Mid-cat. Shot, one shot, one shot. One shot mid-cat. Got him. Nice shot. Two dead.
Mikwin. Disgusting stuff from Mikwin. He finds two, and he's looking for another one here. The comp
it is.
sounded good from Renegades. The score looks very, very good if you're a fan of theirs as well. And they've only got 2 kills to close this one out now, Andy.
What a run from them. Amazing collapses and amazing shots from Neptune as well. Tries to stay alive here, and that's going to be easy. Mikwin gets the last kill as well. Renegades close out game number 2 with a score of 50 to 23.
メキシコのこのトップチ
Seemed
ー
to
ムも
work in Renegade's favor.
めっ
They
ちゃうまい
go
はずなんだけど
2-0 in the series now, and that was a dominating performance from all 4 players.
Give an opportunity
全然なんかその素晴らし
right
さ
here
が
at the 40.
伝わらない。
And we'll start off for Munoz here. He's moving towards
いや
that
他
green.
が
Munoz,
真
of
似
course,
てて
the most recent pickup on this squad, and oftentimes the North American player that kind of defaults to landing with this Latin American squad. Of course, Latin American heritage. He's also got very good Spanish, as you might expect, playing with this squad. Here we are now off of the break. Nothing of note really at Turbine just yet. The green gun doesn't hit, so he's going to have to wait a little bit for help to see if it comes. Eventually picks up the kill, but had to work pretty darn hard for it. Taking a look to see exactly where everything went. We did see a Hydra grab for Penguin to start and a sniper grab from Atso.
Yeah, it was a burn on the overshield as well. So Atso's the player with the sniper rifle at the moment for Shock the World. He has to put it to use though. As we say, he's coming under pressure. If he could pick up a couple of kills here, his teammates might be in position to pick up that ball, but a strange choice of escape route there. He knew he was getting shot from outside, so started to dip back onto the side spawn towards outside, and they just gave that weapon away.
APG, cool
だいぶ
comment
可愛く
collected
見え
there
る
with that green gun picking up that kill, but it is going to be points on the board,
普通に見える
a point on the board here for the guys on Shock the World. They try to bring that ball over to blue, but really unable to make any sort of progress, so that's going to actually give an opportunity for the guys on Renegades to get into blue band.
Noble with the chance to clean up this kill bottom mid. Atso comes in to help him out though. Penguin now going to be challenging, and Penguin's not missing too many shots at the moment. Didn't miss one at all at the moment. Another player outside here. Ooh, drift.
Decent push there, as you see, coming around from Turbine into blue bend. And they're going to be able to bring that ball actually back to Turbine. So it's a good counter. For a second, I thought we were going to see Renegade start really what could have been a much bigger run, but they get slowed down due to some great pressure here from Shock the World. Great shot from Atso on blue entrance as well.
Yeah, they've got the chance to get the ball into blue here. Maybe push out the catwalk, force those spawns back over at red, and they're picking up the slays here, and they're picking up the points. This is what you want to see from Shock the World. Keep that ball away from these Renegade respawners. Pick up the kills you should be getting, and they are getting ball time because of it.
And you're going to see power up as well here very shortly. And Noble perhaps aware of that, dropping that ball down bottom middle. Going to be about 10 seconds on it though, so we'll see exactly if they're able to grab it. Is Neptune going to stay down, leave the power up? Not sure. He actually brings it back to Turbine, maybe waiting for a teammate to go ahead and grab. And yes, he's going to go ahead and come back up. APG with the clean grab.
Yeah, this is worrying times here for Shock the World. They managed to have the opportunity to rack up quite a lot of time there. They got a fresh forward air. They had the ball. They could have taken it into blue. They decided to rotate to Turbine. A good push came in from Renegades to shut that down. But now that APG has control of the new overshield, now that they have control, as you can see with Penguin in blue, this just spells ball time for me as far as they're concerned.
It does, and APG is not going to be afraid to get aggressive. Right now, he's sitting back blue band and letting the opponents come to him. But if the opportunity comes in from Noble, and you know that was a coordinated effort, and I have got to give a lot of credit to Shock the World to put a player there outside and allow a player to come up blue bend to get that back whack. Pretty strong play from them. Still a 56-24 in favor of Renegades, but by the way, that next overshield was a 57, so in about 1 minute, we'll see that next one pop.
Yeah, you can see Drift's in a horrible position here. He's trying to stay alive, trying to do all the damage he can, wait for teammates to maybe come off respawn, push across the map, and try and break this stranglehold that they have had on the ball here. Renegades, sniper rifle here in the hands of Mikwin, misses those shots. Another player should be taken down here. The big down gets whiffed. Atso comes in to clean that one up. Now they need to turn this into ball time, but they can't even get it out of blue. They can't get the ball in their hands because this man, Penguin, comes in and cleans everyone out.
I mean, this is the guy who went 16-2 last game, which, I mean, are numbers that you don't really see in professional group play, regardless of game type. Really great stuff from him. Penguin also getting fancy with some jump stars. He's going to hang around. Mikwin.
Oh, my Mikwin!
Are you kidding me?
That's what I want to see here in Atlanta. Leave it all out here, Mikwin. Two beautiful snapshots there to take down those players. That's how you stop a push.
That would be the first time I've gotten full-body chills from a series of 2 rapid-fire snipes in quite some time. I don't even know how he saw that player on blue stairs. He's still alive. His team is still racking up points. And Mikwin doing what he does best, stays alive.
This is what I want to see, Austin. This is the Mikwin who I wanted to see turn up in the finals here. Unfortunately for everyone, apart from Shock the World, he's out of sniper rifle ammo. The killing spree comes in, and he's still alive somehow here.
If
If he stays alive, here. Oh my gosh, might get away. He's still alive.
How is he alive?
They can't stop him. He's gonna get this kill as
He gets
well.
another kill.
Are you kidding me?
Mickwin makes this game look so easy sometimes and shock the world and being made to look very, very silly by him at the moment. APG just calmly comes in with the overshield, picks up the ball time. I mean, what a perfect thing to do as a teammate, right? When your teammate's just wrecking everyone, just come and pick the ball up.
I don't even know what we just witnessed there. Somehow, I mean, they cannot take down Mickwin. Such a hard kill. Amazing stuff from him. He's 11 and 8 in this game right now.
And in a time-based game type as well, Andy, those extra seconds you can stay alive, it turns into 10, 20 seconds of ball time. So, Mickwin, you're impressing me so far in this game.
And it also becomes so frustrating for your opponents because you know you need to get the ball and stop the ball time, but you're repeatedly pushing here on back blue trying to kill Mickwin, and 3 or 4 of your teammates can't do it back to back to back. So as all that happened, like you said on set, now the score's gotten a little bit out of hand. It's 83 to 34.
Of course, we are seeing Shock the World finally managed to get the ball in their hands, but every single push that seems to be coming in from Renegade seems to be a Renegade being one, two players falling here as soon as they do get a setup, so they're just keeping a constant foothold of pressure onto the opposition, and time is just racking up, Andy. Look at it, 92 to 38, and we've only got 150 seconds to win in this game type. I mean, it's getting closer and closer to a conclusion.
大会で初めてボールが採用された時の
Mickwin also putting some time on the ball, as you just saw. He's also leading the game still in kills, 14 and 10 at this moment. He's got a few teammates that are doing pretty well though too. Penguins 13 and 8.
Now the worrying thing here for Shock the World is that's big. Atsu got the kill over at tower there, but he needs to move the ball into blue. They have complete control of blue here, and then you have to watch the calves. Look at this now. He's going to come under pressure. He might not even get round this corner because of his positioning with that oddball. That's poor from Shock the World. They need to be aware of that sport.
Doesn't get the play ball. You see the ball's going to just go right back into blue. Now sit on blue Ben for a moment while the guys on Renegades pick up a few kills here. Neptune even just taking his time waiting to spot this player. He did see the overshield there cutting across the screen.
Takes him down with that grenade now. So they have to get time here, Shock the World. They have to rack up time. Get that ball into blue. Clear out blue. They've got sniper rifle. They've got the power up. They need to turn it into time. And they have managed to cut the deficit now, Andy. It's around 30 seconds or so. Atsu
needs to not be afraid to drop and shoot. He's still got over a quarter of overshield left. He could easily be dropping this ball for a teammate. I don't know why, when you're a red Ben, when you have a teammate cutting across to go outside, they're not picking up the ball. And here we go. The overshield's off. He has to play the ball. That is not a good play from Shock the World. I cannot understand why they would not ball swap there with the overshield player.
Yeah, give yourself the best chance possible. That's what Halo's all about. Give yourself advantages, and you're not taking advantage of that advantage if you have the overshield in the hands of the ball carrier. But they have managed to pull this game back a little bit by getting that power up, and now they're starting to make this a little bit more of a game.
Score looks good, comeback was good, but they needed to go.
Could have been better.
Could have been much better if they just dropped that. Aggressor. He's such a talented player that if he gets first shot, even gets down a shot with that overshield, he'll win. Mickwin still laying down the body melee.
He's hitting that body like a basketball, bouncing it up and down. Mickwin now with the Hydra, and you just get the feeling that this might be a bit of a fireworks show if he can lock onto a few of these players. Calls them out. 2 players going to be outside here on the turbine, and Mickwin's on the flank, but his teammates are cleaning them up first. Oh, please don't let this happen. Everything's happening, explosions, but not too many making too much contact.
They cannot kill. Look at it, he's going to pick up this kill as well. Forces player back now. Now they're running from him, and now he has the angle here somehow on Top Cat and Turbine when he was in such a disadvantageous position. Another killing spree for Mickwin. He's 21 and 13, leading the game by a long shot.
Yeah, big stuff here coming in from Mickwin. 2 big games from him so far. The game number 1, and of course this game number 2. This game number 3 as well. And APG manages to pick up a double here, 130 to 82 the score, and Penguins just having the time of his life at the moment. Walking around, his teammates are destroying everyone, and he's now just 14 points away from taking the series 3-0.
Yeah, they should be able to close this out. They're also here now waiting on Turbine. You see, I believe, an overshield grab for Mickwin, so that really should seal the deal. Only 5 points to go.
Mickwin picks up another kill here. He's just going to try and pad out the stats a little bit before those last few moments of ball time are going to be picked up, but he's not going to be able to get any kills because his teammates are going to be racking up that ball time, and it is going to be a series victory going to the guys on Renegade here. 3-0, perfect start for them.
Perfect start indeed. They got to be feeling good each game. Once they hit, how he's able to get away, stay alive. Reciprocity is going to throw Halo 5. They've not yet won a championship. All right, maybe some of the individual players may have done. Obviously, Snipedown being one of them. But this roster as itself has
엠보아상.
They've been looking absolutely formidable stuff. I mean, when we look back to London, for example, they even knocked Splice down to a loser bracket.
Super CC.
how do we see them performing here? Because right now, for me, I think Tox are wanting to
北アメリ
end
カの中では
this entire game
最
how they
弱の
started
チ
with
ーム
this
だけど
domination fashion.
Yeah, without a doubt, Tox and Splice
エン
are
ボは
those
うまいけど
favorites,
さ
but like you said, a roster like here, Reciprocity, they've always had
普通
those
に
moments
マッチメイ
throughout
キン
the
グで
past
当た
few
る
years.
と
The members on,
めちゃ
like
強えって思
individuals
っ
on
て
this roster have had the moments over these years where they've just surprised and made multiple upsets. So this roster in
ス
itself
ナイプダウンがいる
clearly has the potential, but it's really
ない
tough. Like when they
帰
go
ってき
against
てくれインフィ
someone
ニッ
like
トで
Tox or Splice,
帰ってくるん
and
じゃない
both squads are playing their best.
やることなくて
帰ってくると信じてますよ。
やることなく
It's really
て
tough to call it out. However, there are times when
エイペックスやってる
Tox or Splice are playing out to like average or okay, and Reciprocity can absolutely beat Splice or Tox.
エイ
They
ド
are
が
not
金
playing.
になるなら戻ってくるでしょ
Back-to-back triple kills, just like that for Snipedown, and yeah, I can kind of attest to that a little bit. I mean, when we look towards, when we look back at London, for example, they played Splice for a second time round. And Splice really did come out to play. You know, you go inside the bear cave, you're going to get the claws at the end of the day. You push someone up against a wall like that, you have to be able to be prepared for the onslaught that will be received backwards. Looking at these two teams at the moment, I have to go with what the audience has said and what the desk has said. To be honest with you, you would suspect that this goes in the hands of Reciprocity. This is your third North American seed, but it's still going up against the 8th North American seed. You can't really, you know, you can't take that for granted example. They still play their asses off and they've still got here throughout, you know, for the 2Ks and such.
Yeah, you can't take it for granted, but I also think Clutch kind of called it out perfectly on the desk where he said it's probably actually bad for mentality that they won that 2K here against Reciprocity. That means Reciprocity are going to take this so much more serious. They're going to actually want to make a statement during this matchup instead of just winning it and going through the motions here. So yeah, I expect Reciprocity just to kick it up a notch and to roll through the rest of this match. But with that being said, mentality right now, they do have 2 of the strongholds.
ヘイロープレイヤーに
How
伝え
long
た
they
い
can keep them for is a completely different question
ピ
because
ストラの
the wizard has his cloak of
プレイン
invisibility,
グ
new
は
combo in hand. He's been using this combination for
本当に
many
素晴らしい
years, probably many that you've had a nightmare of remembering, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
落ち着い
not
て
a
グレはな
pleasure
い
to play against that guy. There's a lot of times you'll talk about
そ
certain
うカモ
opponents
取った
who's
時の
like,
ピストラ
"It was a
本当
pleasure
にいい
to
動
compete
きする
against
よ
him." It's
ね
like, Pistol, no, he
ほん
was a nightmare
時
playing
間
against
ちゃんとフル
I
に
never
使
want
う
to play
無理に
against
攻め
that
ない
in anything else in the rest of my life.
Expand a little bit, kind of on what Wes mentioned about him just being a complete nuisance.
Oh my god. So playing against Pistola, he always knows the fastest route to get away. He just has such perfect movement that he's always just taking quick routes to get away, or times that you get weak, you're just like, man, I saw Pistola over there.
カモがいるっていう事
I
実が大事
know
で
he's
すから
gonna come around this corner.
いるっていうだけでも威圧を与える
この辺りにカモがいるはずなんだけど
So he's just always in the right spots at the right time. But without a doubt, the most frustrating part about him
プレッシャーになる
is
もん
how
ね
he's able to get away, stay alive, buy those extra couple seconds where he can get help, or just completely escape on his own.
It feels like there's some of the stuff that he does pull off is rather unorthodox and you wouldn't really suspect him to do. I mean, he doesn't do stupid things like he won't, if he's one shot, he's not going to take a challenge. He knows when the right discipline to be used, for example.
Like right here, just look at how he's able to hunt down this player. This player has made some amazing movements here over on Loop, and Ola's been doing a great job keeping those shields off and fighting that player. Looks like that player actually was able to somehow evade Pistola, which is an amazing feat. But regardless, whole point being is any single time that Pistola is fighting that person, always knows how to put in that pressure, and is usually a step ahead or just going toe to
ピ
toe
ス
with
ト
that
ラの
player,
動
not
きってな
letting
んか
them
ゆっ
escape.
くりしてるんだけど
Been trying to escape for a while, but the new combo does come through. Finally seals his
ね
fate.
こう
Holding
シ
on
ョッ
glass
ツ
here
ィ
to
とか
make us
ネ
know
プチューンみ
we
たい
kind of
に
small
グイグイ
behind them and get a
来
rush
る
on
感
him.
じでは全然なく
We do have Tommy up top mid. Camo's there. I'm not entirely sure who grabbed it. Was no. Who shot that one then? I actually missed that one, to be honest. Still 3 plots in hand. Time's going to keep ticking up, 2 at a time. Does get snapped that down on driveway. We're looking at the bigger picture, and I think this might just be a simple. I'm guessing that was the camo guy that may have gone down. Thank you very much for observers if it was. 2 players though coming off the respawn that will move across from the nest area. They'll back down, but again keep them pinched into the garden. You don't really need to. You don't need to force it here. You can display them as they do spawn there and do come out. They are going to collapse on it. At least keep a bit of pressure up on there. But again, when you've only got 11 points needed, Dave.
Yeah, 11 points needed, but they also, like you said, they didn't have to force any sort of move towards yard. Instead, mentality, they pushed out, gave up 2 deaths. So at that point, yeah, you go capitalize. Go take that free 3rd stronghold.
It's just a matter of watching this clock go down. Again, Seems to be a fairly straightforward here game for Reciprocity. I don't want to take anything away from Mentality whatsoever. That's not what we're about. We're about keeping both sides an even amount of airtime and, of course, an even amount of talking points. But at the end of the day, this is Reciprocity. They are one of the best teams, not in America, but in the world for a reason. You look across that and, you know, when you've got two legends in the form of Pistola and Snipe Down, I think it kind of attests to what Halo 5's been all about.
私は野蛮人だ。
Towards the two of the players that we're teaming with. Maybe 2-3 years ago, we wouldn't have seen a roster like this. It's taken a little bit of time to find
I'm a beast.
the gods of Halo 5, so to speak. The
それを直訳した感
that
じ
you can kind of see they might be able to take advantage of. Bro and Envo, Dave, you've got to keep your head high when you're going into game number 2, okay? You're already down by 1-0 and you are playing against one of the best teams in the world. Coach, in the back, what are you saying to this roster? Is there any kind of weakness on the Reciprocity that you can kind of see they might be able to take advantage of?
I mean, here's the thing. The coaches are going to be able to help affect their mindset, their mood, calling out, obviously, the power-ups and such. But there's not going to be one magic thing that he's going to be like, guys, you know what? You take out Pistola right at the beginning. You just charge through him. Free, easy 3 kills. Like, no, there's nothing like that you can say. There's no one sentence that you can tell these members here on Mentality that is going to somehow make them just on this Reciprocity squad. Instead, you have to keep your team aware of the states of the game, realizing how many players you have in each squad, because there's going to be plenty of times where 1 or 2 members of Mentality fall, and during those times, Mentality have to back down. They can't give up more free, easy kills. Instead, they have to hunker down, make Reciprocity, make a play. Don't give up any more free kills. And like you said, when they're down in numbers, hunker down. When they have numbers, make sure they're all pushing together.
Let's see how they do off the respawn here. They did have a little bit of a good start. Got a couple of kills. We saw Envo causing a fair few problems. Couple of doubles in the bag. Sniper did go down in the form of Tripper. They managed to at least burn him out with the scatter shot. They did also eliminate the camo guy. The problem is, where is that sniper landing? I'm looking across all 4 POVs. It's not actually anyone's answer. It may have been burnt or out of ammo for now.
カメラちゃんと
We'll see how they answer back. Doing cool. I want to say doing
なんかずれて
Pistola just comes around the corner, finds him on the barrels, and picks up a triple kill as well. Alright, then line him up, knock him down, not a problem. Easy peasy for Justin. It's things like that where you can't, especially when you come off of a respawn, it's like, all right, boys, let's get his head back in the game. But when you run into him and he just smashes Ollie, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, those parts are rough. And actually, in a situation like that where Pistola is acquiring a triple kill, I don't fault a squad like Mentality nearly as much, because clearly they're all dying right back to back, all fighting together. A situation like that where they just lost the team fight. That's okay. They had all their teammates fighting together in a situation. It's the times where they let death stagger back to back, where they have 1 kill happen, and then maybe 4 or 5 seconds later, a double kill happens, then another single kill, and they never are able to get all 4 members alive at the same time.
I mean,
but despite that, they're still, right now we have Mentality in the lead by 1. They now just grabbed camo. So they're still doing things, obviously, extremely well, despite seeing some stellar individual plays like that triple kill from Pistola.
I think consistency is key, right? We kind of see it around the 30. We generally stay in Halo around the 30-point mark, where people start to run out of steam, so to speak, and then it'll start to snowball a little bit. These deaths, they'll really begin to bank up, and it becomes a problem. But right now, they're answering 1 for 1. Hell, they're even in the lead by 2. All right, still early days, but it's going to give you a, no pun intended, a good mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. One part I'm wondering that might play to Mentality's benefit is the fact that this is Slayer. They don't have any sort of pressuring objective against them. They have a lot of strong individuals here on Mentality, so these individuals can now instead worry about just life for life, kill for kill. They don't have any sort of objective pressuring them to make any extra mistakes that they might already be incurring.
As long as they keep the lead, everything's going to be happy days. Fresh sniper rifle comes up. Okay, now then get a setup here. You look at it this from another side of the coin, right? Reciprocity has to make all the moves. You have the lead. Oh, all right, they've lost one. Currently from bottom mid. Where's his teammates, though? Are they covering all the angles? He needs the defense here. You can't just go pushing off one. Oh, that was a banger of a shot. Hits him flying around the corner. His teammate has moved out of bunker, so they'll at least be able to keep engine side.
I don't know if I like this push.
No, it's unless it's a, you know, no.
I did not like that push. The reason
Why
I
would you
didn't
just
like
go
it,
running in with sniper like that?
well, I think Jazero ended up seeing some pressure going over towards top security side and felt like, all right, I no longer should be over at bunker, which is, that's
rotation.
That's reasonable. It's reasonable to rotate towards top tower. However, once you're towards top tower side, I feel like you instantly have to go towards either snipe Paul or elbow towards scatter shot. So I felt like that should have been a rotation towards scatter shot, but I think Jazero was maybe trying to be a bit too selfish. Was maybe trying to say, all right, I'm going to go help my teammates take over
しかもエンボは打っちゃってしまった。
A little bit more communication potentially. As we curse at the caster, we do switch it off, but the headshot comes through. Super CC back to back goes his face for the second time. To Mr. Rona. Pistola in the kill feed as well. Talik's gone down. You can see on his radar. Oh, maybe he hasn't. There was a player behind him. I just caught for it on radar. Cops for another one. Here comes the player. Scope him. Bye-bye. And Dustin him as well. Just for good measure. Second player steps into the play. You can have a bit as well, my son. Where's the third? Bring it on. Killing spree in hand. And this is the point, Dave. We're at that 30-point mark. This is where all of a sudden they've had this 3-kill lead. It's just all going to pot.
Yeah, and that was actually pretty terrifying because, like you said, mentality, they actually had even more than a few kill lead for a moment there when they had that sniper over towards top tower. And just all falling apart. Feels like they don't know where this wizard's coming from. Pistola acquiring a second triple kill of the game.
So that's the second time that he's got a triple kill, Dave, and no one's known where he's coming from. All players are looking away from him. He's allowed to take down a player without receiving any kind of offensive stance. No one's saying he's behind us, he's shooting. Where are these angles? They're all grouped together and giving away all these amount of kills for free.
Yeah, and it's so tough because they obviously have some great distractions here on Reciprocity where they are laying down so much cover fire and making many windows of opportunity where Pistola's just crawling through that window and taking advantage of it as he acquires those kills.
Oh, well, I don't know how he got the kill. I think he banked it off the wall then, to be honest with you. I saw the hit markers come through, so goes around the corner, gets a second beat down as well. Easy kill for Siam. 39 kills, 24, 6 minutes on the clock. This should be a GG rather soon, unless they can slow it down. But trying to slow it down against the Reciprocity, that's highly in the lead here. And also, fresh sniper rifles come up. They will all charge out into the open. That's a pretty decent nade. Didn't quite catch it, but he got the shots coming off. Now they can make something happen. Take control of White. 1, 2, 3 individual players. Get this last player. Move that sniper rifle away. Come on. People they're just keeping him there.
That kill. Trippy gets the kill on Anvor, who was over at snipe side, and they actually had numbers advantages.
Yeah.
That is, that's gotta be incredibly discouraging there for mentality. They have more presence on the map. They had the power up, and they're still not able to stay alive or turn some more kills.
Just that one angle. Just nobody watching Whitehall, so he was allowed to just slap the sniper and move it away. I don't know how he does it. Come on, do it again. Have a bit of that. This is what we want to see. This is the finals. This is going to be a very, very fun weekend. We've got Halo 3 action coming to you live tomorrow and Sunday as well. And then, of course, the best teams in the world seeing this game out in an absolutely blinding fashion. I'm excited. I hope you guys at home are excited. Make sure you're tweeting the stream all weekend long using that hashtag HCS. Get more eyes on the prize. I thought it was going over there just to give him some, give him a bit of a cheeky tea back there. You know, just travel across. I did kill you. Not a problem. GG. Not quite yet the no-re. One more game will solidify this series 2-0 Reciprocity. There's signs of life where if you can just at least hunker down.
That giving up that potential 1 or 2 neutral kills in this situation is going to result in the other team getting the ball and running away. So scrapping up just a couple seconds here, it's not as feasible to do down that bomb center area. A lot of times you're kind of setting yourself up for a death wish. Instead, you need to wait for the right moments where your team gets a kill or 2, and then you can rotate ball over towards blue.
どうぞ。
トラエフェクトあったと思うんだよな。
トライフェクター。ムーサ、ムーサ。
そう。デイ2だったかな。あ、これじゃん。あ、でも、ダストロイだ。
あれ、ムーサいない。
違うわ、これ。ムーサじゃない、これ。
ムーサいない。
この後か。これ2試合見たけども。この後だったか。HES ファイナル。デイ2。
2018だもんね。フィッシャーとかが追加された時くらいにボールも来ましたから、ね。本当にボールが来た最初の大会だ。
The team being on the same page. Trifecta has been doing this for so long, and I know APMH, I recognize
ちゃうねん。
ムーサどこ？
ムーサもっと後だな。2018ロンドン、ニューオーリンズかな。
The frustration, and then suddenly he might be pushing in a little bit more to try and get revenge, and then you might be able to find kills because of it. The camouflage is going to be coming up in about a minute's time. I didn't manage to catch who
was playing at their peak, but props to Fung 4 for coming out and putting up a good fight in this first game. You saw Snipe Down kind of making some
in for the guys there on Renegades. It's a nice attempt there. The guys on the other side are
so their minds might not be focused about repositioning for a
to end this. If they don't get this next cap, they don't win this next game. I feel like this could be a huge moment in the series, not just this particular map.
Yeah, it really is. Like we said, gonna set the tone for what happens here. Of course, I believe game 2 was that Refuge Slayer as well. So anything can happen there, by the way, next camo. Not up for another minute, so we'll see about a full minute of play.
Sabinator
ヒ
especially
ッ
just
ト
looking
面
at a mental
が
block
結
against
構
Snakebite.
なんか昔
But
からの
nonetheless, still being able to
強
bounce
そう
back,
な
take
チ
a
ー
game
ム
off them.
だけど
Man, a humdinger. We got a big
ライアン・ヌーブとかの
Yeah,
チーム
finish. That's needed. You know, an extremely talented.
As a matter of fact, and this is going to be Elevate versus Lux Gaming, and you know, we were talking about this as we were waiting for it to. But then when you make your way over to Plaza, and so many nooks and crannies that Tox can take advantage of, but that was just such a.
yes, it did. He got burnt.
5. The way he zips around the map so fast, Clam. This is looking very good for him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at P3. He's bottom blue coming out. Eli.
いいじゃん。あ、これ熱いね。まずエレベート。これだ、これだ。これ好き。
I believe they said on the desk 2 of the game types in this series are the same as
これ
well.
敗者復活戦かなんかじゃ
Level
ない
of
かな。
confidence about those, or do you just treat
違うか
each
な。
game as its own game type?
Well, that doesn't really matter. We just take it, a map at a time.
エルタウン。
Knowing that we have 2 game types that are the same yesterday, I mean, that kind of helps, but it doesn't really matter.
You guys gotta be feeling good after the performance yesterday, looking to continue today. Tell me, how far do you want to go in this bracket today?
As far as we can, man. I'm just looking forward to breaking into top 4. So after Ryan Noob, just looking forward to playing Rec.
Excellent. We'll let you get back to warming up. Keep your shot warm. Best of luck to you and the squad. GB, back over to you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Pleasure to hear from L-Town as always. That guy has such a calm mentality about how he plays the game, and just, Dude, we're gonna. That's it. We gotta own it up.
Gotta own up to it, but yeah, we got like you said before, Musa, Ryan, we got Shooter and Rain. So I would argue both these squads here, Elevate and Trifecta, are kind of like these weird mashups of rosters. You know what I mean? Like they're both really unproven rosters going into the event. A lot of teams would say. Previously they could tell where like someone like Shooter, Ryan Noob squad would place. This one is sort of like, I don't know where you place a squad like Elevate and Trifecta. These are both squads that can go off and have great runs and beat a team that's, within top 4. At the same time too, I could see both these squads poor games at certain times have be the other end of the extreme and drop to a top 12 squad possibly. That's my current feelings on these.
It's like 8 players that at any given time could be a part of a top-tier roster. And then, because you got to talk about L-Town, runner-up for the 2016 Halo World Championship, right? Spartan, this guy placed 3rd at Worlds, also, I believe, what was it, 2nd at Pro League Finals in Denver. Shooter, I believe that was a 3rd place finish for him at Denver Finals as well. Was a part of Splice, was a part of that Splice roster that went on, that started to go on its tear, and then kind of evolved from there. Rain was a part of Envy for a little while, had some success there. Sabinator Falcated, anytime like you say their name, they're usually attached to some top team. Musa, part of Straight. Ryan Noob, again, like any of these players at any point in time could have been in the top 4 team and have performed very well. It's just kind of like how weird how it shook up, right?
They've all had different ups and downs and had different levels of success. With that being said, though, like I said, I called out earlier where I was like, yeah, Elevate coming in this event, I thought they'd be a team that could possibly be a top 4 team, also have a chance to lose that, you know, a team through 9 through 12. I don't know if that's really the case anymore. Elevate has really proven themselves to me so far this tournament. They've shown up in every single match they played. They've fallen short a couple, but at the same time too, they have played so well. So I think we will see a repeat of the previous time we saw these two teams match up. I think it's gonna be a 3-0 or a 3-1 in the favor of Elevate.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully for Trifecta fans out there, fans of Brian Noob and all these other players, they do not want to see that happen. But now it's time to jump into the game as we have Plaza Strongholds and immediately the camo going right to Spartan, and basically he got that one unimpeded. He was able to get that with relative ease.
Yeah, I was actually a bit surprised. It felt like he almost prematurely used his thrust, but ended up getting away just fine in bomb center. I think that's a lot of things due to L-Town, who got a double kill off the start.
Man, that hurts to lose that camo, pick it up early on. He wasn't really able to make much use of that, besides maybe one kill, and then ends up getting back-whacked. But Elevate, though, are able to get the nest. They're going to lose the yard, so the scoring's going to end for the time being. But now the fight's going to be for the bottom mid. How is Trifecta going to push this one out? One player's going to be located at the Prius, and that's going to be Musa, who manages to make that happen. That's a double kill to boot for Musa as he marches over to the nest.
Yeah, whole new day, possibly a whole new team right here, because we got Trip Cap going on for Trifecta. I want to see how long they can hold this, though, because this is one of the situations. How much pressure do you put on Yard? I've seen teams have Trip Caps and just throw away their position and their control because they try to forcefully hold that Trip Cap for too long.
Musa must have gotten a call that maybe someone was hanging around LR, like he was just kind of scouting around. He wants to just use the power of the shotgun as much as he possibly can, but he wasn't able to do so in time as Spartan gets the headshot with the pistol. Now the pressure is going to come from Elevate as they linger bottom mid. Some support coming in for Trifecta at that moment, but Spartan gets the double kill before getting cleaned up by Rain, and Sabinator overlooking above has to hold this one off as players from Trifecta are going to swarm that point and see if they can get it back and keep this match in their favor.
Yeah, this is just a battle for bomb center. That last player ends up getting taken on out. I believe that was Musa, who was still trying to contest in there. So huge stop there for Elevate. They're still in a fairly comfortable position, but looks like Elevate are going to keep pressing on the gas pedal. Looks like they're going for that Trip Cap, but Nest was eventually stopped. So battle once again begins for bottom middle. It's just a numbers battle. Once you get enough players in there, you hold it down. You just have to watch the angles. It always gets a little scary, though, because as that battle goes on longer and longer, people start to get different angles. People start to go up towards top gold or top center, and those are the spots where it's really tough because that's unanswered damage, GB. When someone comes through driveway or whatever, you just get to trade shots with that player. When someone gets to come from above and take out a player for free, that's a game changer.
And then in that swing, Elevate have managed to take the lead, a fragile lead though, with only 6 points, 7 points now, just continues to tick on. Trifecta maintaining Nest, but haven't really been able to move much beyond that. Spawn's starting to come in for them. Musa, by the way, has been slaying quite admirably. He's 8-6 right now currently, as well as Ryanu, who's sitting at 9-6 after just getting taken out by Spartan there. Camo hasn't really been much of a factor in this game as well. Both times Camo's been picked up, it has been by Elevate, but members of Trifecta had eyes on it, and they were able to neutralize the camo as quickly as they possibly could. And finally, after a long, grueling battle, Trifecta were able to get back the bottom mid territory, but the damage was certainly done by Elevate, who were able to get a decent lead.
Yeah, they definitely have a decent lead, and here comes Brian Noob and Musa putting on the pressure in Yard. They're going to try to force this Trip Cap, and it's going to be tough to get that kill. That was such a great play by Musa, just dodging in that location in Yard, buying time for Ryan Noob to not only get the kill, but also the Trip Cap.
Now they're expecting these spawns to come from the blue side here, and Ryan Noob just knows it's either they're going to go Yard or they're going to make their way around to Nest, and they committed to the Yard. And Ryan Noob continues to hang around top yellow as they once again get onto the Yard, and that pressure that Trifecta are putting on Elevate, they just haven't quite figured out how they want to break this. And every single time that they get some kind of sigh of relief, it's Trifecta right on the prowl.
Yeah, and that's got to be incredibly frustrating because just stopping the bleeding is usually feeding itself. It's like, all right, sweet, we stop the bleeding, and you get pressured in yard. It's like, wait, this isn't supposed to happen. Sometimes it feels a bit unorthodox, where you're in a spot where you consider yourself to be safe, and you start to get pressure. Like, wait, no, we should have numbers here. We should have the advantage. But it just felt like great pressure and great timing from Trifecta to keep that trip cap going on as long as possible.
And while, all that, while we were praising what was going on with Trifecta there, Elevate managed to get out of that and get out of yard and get capture the nest, as well as the trip cap here. But they didn't get the camo. The camo ended up getting picked up by Shooter. And if I'm correct here looking at it, it seems like Shooter still walking around the map here. He's hanging around by nest. They managed to secure this, which means that they have to just try and play around this. And again, that long battle that they had in the mid game happens yet again.
You might see him walking around the map. I see him hustling around the map right now because he's just moving back and forth between nest and bottom center. Just doing a great job being a factor in all these fights.
You just had to find a way to fit that in.
Just too easy, GB.
I respect that. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. 61 points for Elevate right now. As they have of the yard as well as bottom mid. Trifecta have pretty much owned Nest for a good chunk of the game. They're not out of this yet. Very close matchup here.
This is a reaction that he's having to do. Think about prior to that. Basically, your answer to when you get pressured and continually trip capped on is you just post up in certain spots, wait for someone to come around the corner and give you a potential free kill. So I like those plays from Sabinator, but he now had that hit marker on him. I'm surprised to see a player did not actually charge around that corner. He feels like things are too good to be true because you get grenaded, you got shot. Why is someone not charging us?
Well, I think they're okay with keeping them pinned back in the yard if you're Trifecta.
Yeah.
Sure, they have to push out because now they need to make this capture happen and they need to coordinate this. So let's listen in, the Nashville listen in with the communication. The Sabinator just gets that double kill. Let's see how they get bottom mid.
Watch out, bitches, watch out, bitches. I need help, weak LR. I got him. I'm in bottom, LR dead, I'm going.
I can't get yard. I mean, that's... I got it.
Make sure everyone lives. Make sure we live. On me, Shooter. Shooter, one shot on yard.
Stop, live with that.
Shooter, one shot yard. Where's he? 3 yards. 3 yards. 3. Stay alive, Mike. Stay alive. Just play nest.
Yeah, look, it's that. I'll shoot him.
I got it. I gotta be on this. I'll watch this. Watch out, Yarbier. They might try to push flowers.
Live. I have camo.
I got one. Yarbier. I'm gonna run.
Watch out, yard. LR. Yard, dead. LR weak. Rain's too shy, LR. Watch out, LR tunnel. You ran under top yellow. Under top yellow, one shot, Mike. Nice. Another guy driveway on Mike. Driveway weak.
I'm here, Mike. Live.
Driveway.
Hold on.
Stay alive, Sad.
One more yard. There's a kid yard somewhere.
The camo and the shotgun gives them only 8 points here before it's going to go to Elevate. They basically just calm communication from this team. That has basically knotted things up for them in this game. Game 1's going to go to Elevate here, folks. And Trifecta was a hard-fought battle at the beginning and the midpoint of the game, but once they were able to just get that group going, it was a wrap.
Yeah, they found their foothold in that game. They reacted correctly to Trifecta. They realized Trifecta tried to play this very aggressive strategy. As soon as Trifecta would get 2 strongholds, you could almost count on them to make the first move. Generally, team or players that have to make the first move in a neutral situation are more vulnerable to giving up a free death or making a mistake.
As far as the slays are concerned, pretty much even. 53-54. So it just came down to the positioning, came down to the timing, how you make your pushes happen. Have that 4-2 lead.
And one little step that I just saw right there from Trifecta is they had to play over in Pink 2. They had Ryan Noob over at red side Pink, and what they did is they let Ryan Noob engage first. They lulled them into a false sense of security over at blue base that they poked out far enough over towards blue side Pink, didn't see any resistance from Pink 2 and said, all right, I see someone over at red side Pink now. Not even considering that someone could be a little bit closer and a little bit more threatening.
That was such a sick sticky from Ryan Noob. He actually bounced it on the platform in front of him when he jumped off of the Eli. Bounced it right there, but because the sticky nade gets one little tiny bounce when it hits that ground, and ends up latching on to the opponent, and he ends up getting that stick, which is going to help them continue to pile on to this lead here. Only up by 3, but still when you look at how closely contested these two teams are, to have that strong start will really pay dividends for them in the end.
1対個人戦確か開会式前にやるんで、開会式直後かな。これは優勝してんだよ。
そうっすね。
Halo's a game about capitalizing on mistakes. So there's certain times where when you're ahead, you don't feel like you have to always have to force action. You don't always feel like you have to extend your lead by force. You can wait for the opposing team, make some reactionary plays, or make some higher percentage plays together.
Ooh. Rain is going to get back whacked there, but you know, and another camo picked up, by the way, for Musa, so that will be a trifecta pickup on the camo. The first one, though, Musa had the eyes on it, and also nice to see Musa going after him. Because one thing I've seen from Musa as he gets that double kill onto Spartan is he has a tendency to kind of push out, because he's so confident in his shot, and you can also see the confidence in his teammates. He has a tendency to push out though in positions that aren't the best. So maybe him getting the camo and like dancing around the map like this would give him that freedom to move the way that he would like to move.
Yeah, dude, he's a tank on this team. He sees an opening, he just pushes right through. He does such a great job of staying alive, outputting as much damage as possible, and buying time for his teammates.
Also, that plasma pistol has been deadly. A lot of people don't think about it. You think, oh, it's just a pea shooter, it's just a plasma pistol. But no, it shreds through the shields of the Spartans. Looking for the double kill. That's going to be another one for Musa here. Finds another opponent. Be hanging out here on top red. Just the shots. He's continuing putting down shots and putting pressure on to Elevate, forcing them to have to push forward or just kind of double back and think like, okay, I need to do something here because I'm just getting so attacked from behind.
Yeah, it's not only just the pressure that he's putting on and these fights, he's also doing a great job relocating during those times. So when he is spotted out over in red 2, he relocates a little bit. So he's doing a great job making sure that Elevate cannot just engage him and get that fight. But you can kind of hear how we break it down and think it's going down. Let's actually hear from Trifecta and go to Astro Listen with that squad.
I died right. Nice.
Fucking trash.
Bottom mid, I think. No, bottom mid seems clear. I'm going back to red.
Yeah, go red.
I'm just saying.
I'm
dead. Red pink attic.
Okay, attic. Two of them. Yeah.
Mirror red.
Everyone get this. There you go. One's coming behind his car, maybe?
Red left.
Yeah, red panic, one shot. He's on the window. You Ricardic. Ricardic still.
One shot back there.
I just said Cardic, he's still there. Ricardic on me. Camo, guys, camo.
Watch out, Cardic.
I'm probably gonna camo summit. Camo is summit.
Nice, we got one. Top middle still with camo somewhere.
Alright.
Where they at?
Go under the guys, window. Go, guys, right here right now. I'm looking.
I'm watching. Ryan, where are you going? I'm going out car, I'm helping him.
Red P, Elton. Yo, camo just lift it. One's under Cardic, one shot. Under red Cardic, one shot.
Just living blue.
Can't look down.
I lifted car.
Go.
He's one's at blue on me, I hear him. I'm backing up. Blue P, I'm dead.
Fine. Watch out for this camo. Two at red.
Back blue, I think we came up.
Can we go blue? At least two at red.
Or wherever. He's top blue with camo, one shot, Spartan.
Window?
Yeah. He's one down.
Window shot, guys. Go, we can red,
Blue pink got a one shot. Absolutely still. I'm gonna go bottom red. Should we go red?
Let's go red. Okay.
Bottom red.
One guy. He's one shot.
Bottom red.
I'm coming, Moose.
Watch out, bottom blue.
Moose, come here. Moose, panic. Watch out, lift. Come weak. Nice, I got here. Watch out, Eli still.
I'm coming right with you guys.
You got shields. Eli's still weak.
Yeah.
I'm low.
Someone go low.
Dude, bottom mid. Per red. Got him. Red, one shot. Hold on. I think red P street. Watch out for red, guys. Watch out for two.
And bottom blue, last two. Bottom blue
right now. I got you.
I'm looking P3.
He's bottom blue coming out, Eli.
Ping 3, one shot. One shot, ping 2. Drop P1, I think.
I got you. I'm coming out, car Ryan. I'm coming out, car Ryan.
My car is 2.
Coming. Under the guy, blue window. Ryan, he's here. He's watching. Weak bubble.
Guys, one shot behind us. One spawn behind us.
Car 2. I'm nading back up.
Yeah, behind your car, pushing your bubble, Tim.
I
got a shot.
Dead.
Nice. Car 2, guys. Car 2 pushing you, Tim.
I'm bottom blue.
Ryan, okay, Ryan's probably gonna die.
Look.
Blue
Line's a shot. Bottom blue. Watch out, bottom blue.
I'm looking window. He's sitting there.
Sitting there.
The guy's street behind us. On your Eli, Sunday.
Yeah. I
got this guy. He's stuck me.
Blue Eli on me. Blue car cuts. Blue car cuts out.
Get the red.
Watch out, blue car cuts out.
I'll help you out. Nice shit, Moose.
Car 2. I'm here, blue 2. Yeah, one second.
It's up.
Blue bubble.
I'm looking at car cuts. I'm nading red.
シュートと動きを合わせようとして突っ込んだ感じがあったね。
Top mid weak.
2 shots, 3 middle. I need help. I can't see top mid. Nice. Attaboy, Moose.
Blue bubble, car two, blue bubble.
Yeah, you could.
Two shots.
Hold
Two
up.
shots still. They're all weak, car, they're trapped.
Stay alive, Moose.
70
そうなんだよね。うちのさ結構
めっちゃ全部詰めるじゃん。
Bubble weak,
Pink one.
bubble weak.
Watch out, pink one. Watch out, pink one, Spartan.
I'll kill
Bubble
P1.
one shot. Bubble dead.
Dead.
Pink one dead. Spartan.
Push red, push red.
Bottom red.
Push red.
Two guys are red.
Go.
Bottom red weak already. And right two car, right two car.
I'm sweet.
Under red, Ricardo, guys. One shot,
I'm looking left.
I got bottom red.
Ricardo, guys, Ricardo.
Hey. He's gonna be front.
Front red on me.
Yeah.
That's not him, I don't think. Red, front red weak.
Watch out,
Bottom red.
I'm looking.
One shot.
He's dead.
Red P on you.
Yeah, he's P2.
Stay alive.
Stay cars.
Absolutely fantastic listening there with Trifecta as they're at 42 kills to 33. Elevate were trying to bring this game back, but Musa was the tank of this team, responding to the call-outs in such a way that it was like he was like of one mind with the rest of his squad. So impressive.
Yeah, put himself in a great position to put pressure over in the Elevate squad, but also would react to so many call-outs, just hearing someone one shot over in top mid, or would just come barreling through from Pink One, even when he had camo, just to save his teammate's life and get that melee on Blue One.
Unbelievable stuff there. Don't count out Elevate yet, though. 37-45.
割とスコアいいや。
There can be some slip-ups from Trifecta.
ムーザめ
Trifecta,
っ
though,
ち
they
ゃ
have
味
this
方のコー
game.
ル聞
They
い
have
て
this game. The camo's going to be coming up in a little
プ
bit
ッシ
as
ュしてい
well.
く。
We're gonna have to keep eyes on this one, and just as I say that, right? You have 3 down for Trifecta. That's gonna put them within 5 again, and Camo's gonna be popping
It
up.
was a 10-kill lead.
でも弱った敵をちゃんと拾いに行くムーブができてる。
Cannot see Trifecta throw this one away. If they throw this one away, this series is absolutely gone. That'd be too destructive of a loss. It'd be heartbreaking. But yeah, that camo came up right this moment. We're gonna have to take a peek and see who's gonna get. Looks like Tyler aka Spartan was taken down right near it. I think Trifecta would be happy with a burn in this case, but it looks like they're gonna get more than a burn. It's gonna get in the hands of Rain.
Rain manages to get it, but he's gonna get away, or excuse me, he's gonna get the camo, try and get away, but it instead falls. That's all right though, because there's only 2 kills remaining for Trifecta to tie this series up at 1-1. One player's gonna be bottom red there. Shooter made the call out. There was a teammate there on the support. And you also have Musa. He's just waiting for his shield to come up. This guy has been playing so intelligently. I'm so impressed with him.
Yeah.
Just the reactions from him, so amazing.
The decisions, the shots, the reactions, just every single thing he's doing is right. If I was on Trifecta right now, I would just almost just sit back, watch angles, and let Musa engage and start the action.
One more kill there for Trifecta. Musa had a couple one-shots, but those players wisely enough backed away. This game is getting so close. 4 kills now. If you're Trifecta, you feel like you have this game. You should be able to close this one out, and that's exactly what happens. Musa is going to be the one that gets that final kill. And my goodness, that puts him at 21 kills and 12 deaths that game. 59.5 accuracy. He was on fire that whole matchup.
What a monster. Not the only one to go positive on his team, but him and Shooter are the only 2 to go positive on his team. Just a massive showing from Musa to help carry his team when they need him the most.
That listening, Twitch.com/HCS to watch the action there. Once again, Berserker, the Latin American squad, up 1-0 over Hitman. Let's see if they can keep that going, or can Hitman answer back. For now, though, it's time for some odd.
割と接戦になりがちなエシロンフットボール。
About how good European scene's been doing in the past, Mexican scene and Latin American scene. It's just stepping their game up. Jumping off the bat, though, going back on board with Musa, the man who dropped 21 kills last guy and gets the very first strike.
They do manage to get the oddball as well. No rockets, so they have to be very weary of players that are going to be coming from behind cooling.
That camo's still up. I want to see that go in the hands of Falcade. You had, yeah, camo was up. I guess he decides to give it to his teammate, Sabinator.
Spread it out.
I would have loved, yeah, I guess you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it's only 1 rocket left. So in that case, I think generally if you had more ammo or a bigger power weapon, I guess, yeah, I don't fully disagree with that.
But I also think it was very smart of Trifecta, though, when they realized, hey, this was just not a winnable situation for us. We just bring this all the way around to the elevator side, because the rockets, that's what it's there for, that instant impact to get you the camo, or excuse me, the oddball kill, or even the camo kill in that case, right? That's just what that value for the rockets is. In that case, when the rockets are on the other side of the map, and he's already used both of them, it's basically done.
Yeah, honestly, even the time saver. He already had a teammate over there near Pelican, so rather than him sprinting over, giving up positional advantage, and spending more time on the opposite corner of the map, just give it to his teammate. So I guess I can't fully disagree with that. But as we're going on about that,
play, we noticed that this game is getting tied right back up by Elevate. They answered back that 33 seconds of time that we saw from Trifecta right off the gate.
They're just basically cutting off the map from Trifecta. They don't want them to come back behind them. They have to force them to go through the doorways. But now two players of Trifecta are going to collapse onto L-Town, who wasn't able to hold them off. Let's see though. Never mind. Musa, the tank with the triple kill, baby. He has been amazing this game. He needs to just keep this one going. And if they can, they are going to go into Refuge with that lead. They just need to maintain this momentum, Walsh.
Yeah, this kid is a monster. His KD throughout these last couple games is 1.37. He's output 4,800 damage and 58.1% accuracy. Some of those triple kill turnarounds are exactly what Trifecta needs here. They need someone to step up. Clearly, if they're just playing their normal game or their average game, Elevate comes out ahead in that.
Camo's gonna be up now. And I believe this will go comfortably. So, never mind. Shooter actually manages to get the camo. I was looking at the Prowler. I should have been looking at the screen there. He does get the camo, so burns that, takes that out of the equation. Now they just need to do it the good old-fashioned way. Ground and pound, make their way into cooling, and get the ball out of Falcade's hands.
Yeah, Falcade gonna just play ball this. Decides to opt to get the extra few seconds. I felt like he didn't get as much pressure in Blue Bunker. I would love to see him just toss that off, go back in Blue Bunker, and see if he can slay. But we're gonna have to see if that was the correct decision or not. See if his team wins or loses by a couple seconds later. I think teams should prioritize control when they have an option. Sure, if you can collapse on by 3 or so people, grab those couple extra seconds. You're not gonna do enough damage to make a difference. Whereas in a situation where it's uncertain, I feel like you can't go wrong just by tossing it off and trying to slay it.
Good idea for Musa there to just drop the ball, bring this one out as fast as he possibly can to throw it over the ledge, and he takes all of that time, he milks all of that time to boot, and that is going to have to force Elevate to have to reposition to get the ball and bring it back into cooling, which kind of feels like the spot that everyone likes to focus on. It's like, go around to your teammates, get it, maybe Pelican, go over to cooling. It's like, I don't know, it's just want to cut off the map essentially, like I mentioned before, and not allow them to get behind you.
Yeah, you want to cut off the map, but the toughest part, first off, is getting the ball over to one of those corners. So you notice they had to waste one life in order to bring it over towards Pelican, and Falcade is thankful for that sacrifice as he is just racking up some time here, realizing that Engine might not be nearly as safe anymore. Notice he has a teammate over at Blue, so he decides to rotate towards Blue, but it looks like the pressure's coming in from Musa and Shooter. Looks like this time, though, Falcade decides just to drop it off and try to go for slays. So even though he's taken out there, he now has a one-shot player over on the Trifecta side. So that's going to hopefully help one of his teammates get a cleanup kill.
Shooter has the rockets right now, and I don't know if he's used all of them quite yet.
Ball incoming.
There it is. He has one left in the chamber for the Rockets. Shooter's actually been playing pretty solid thus far. He's currently at 10 and 6. He's been applying just, some good, just a support, if you will, right? He has just a few assists to boot, but it's also just that impact early in the game that you feel. And this game has also been so close between Elevate and Trifecta.
Yeah, it's good to shoot down or shut down all these other players, but right now, if I'm on Elevate, I would be like, hey, let's call up Musa anytime that he is up. When someone's going off like that, you have to shut down that X Factor. And one thing they did right there about 20 seconds ago is they killed Musa when he had that camo. He was over near the new ball spawn. They caught him off guard, able to get that pick, and that's what you need if you want to get yourselves back in this game. But looks like they don't all need to stop down Musa only, because we just saw 2 kills in the kill feed for Trifecta. Make that 3 and 4 with Ryan Noob and Musa picking off the last couple members.
They have been so dominant together in this game. 115 to 101. While all that's been going on, they've just been racking up more and more time. Musa in the fight here. You can't let him do that, man. You have to stop him.
Barely misses that one shot who's going towards bottom lip. Gets surprised by another player there and has no problem turning around, even when he has to clamber to start the fight.
But you know what, though? We were praising Musa for staying alive in that fight, but Elevate did manage to get the ball. They're right back in this game. It's just the scoreboard, the top of the score line, everything is reflective of how hotly contested this matchup is. A game for top 6 in the HCS is so important for these players.
Yeah, both these squads would be incredibly happy to be top 4, and then at that point, losing to a squad like Reciprocity or one of these other top teams wouldn't be as much of a drain, but you know if this is the match they have to win.
They got to push this right now. They have to push it. They're able to get the kill. Musa makes the stop happen. Ryanu gets the stop on the Stabinator now, and the ball's going to go back over to the hands of Trifecta, but only 5 points remaining for Elevate to close this game out and go to Refuge with that comfortable lead.
And in this position, they trust their objective-minded player, Ryanu, with the ball. This could be win or loss depending on where he rotates this. If he takes it the incorrect direction, Elevate can get the kill and get the last few seconds. He decides to run back towards Rockets, but he has so much pressure coming from top lift.
He had to try and play the ball there, but there's no one there to be able to stop it. Shooter was basically by himself. He played the lift, and that is going to give Elevate the lead 2-1 as Spartan gets up and lets him know who's boss on Echelon.
We said right there at the end, just that ball carrier had to know where to go, had to know whether to play or get the slays. Clearly, Trifecta were not able to get the kills right there. So Ryan had to do something big, and he rotated a bit too late. Looking at the scorelines, though, nearly even in.
A team that had to grind through the open bracket to get here.
Positions before that were unviable, like over on Carbine or Ring 3 or Street, are now one of the top positions you can go for because you are no longer at threat of getting that one-hit kill.
But this is a rough position there for Elevate to be in. They had no one on their side to be able to protect the flag, and now Ryanu is going to start running this flag, and if there's one person who shines in the objective, it is most definitely going to be Ryanu, as his first cap is basically all but put in, and there you have it. 1-0, Trifecta go up early in this game.
Yep, starting off strong here within the first couple minutes on Refuge CTF, but they have to hold it off. They've seen before when they had a lead, we saw on Plaza Strongholds, and they started to get a little too aggressive. They tried to push the lead a bit more. This map, however, and this game type, do you think they're ever going to back down? Do you think they're ever going to slow down?
No, and I don't want them to. I never want them to. I want these two teams to give it everything they have at this moment, because that is what is going to be expected of them when they move on and face off against teams in the top 4, such as Reciprocity, Renegade, Splice, and Tox. You have to give it 160%, not just 150, because you know that that's what the other team's going to be bringing when you make your way into that top 4 situation.
Yeah, we know you got to give it 160%, but the one part I'm still curious about is if Trifecta are still just going to constantly be aggressive and try to push over on the Elevate side of the map, or if they're going to let Elevate try to be the aggressors, try to capitalize on a couple kills in that way. I have yet to see if Trifecta can kind of be that team that sits back and lets kind of slays happen to them and let the other team make the mistakes. We see them always force the action.
Why change your style
No,
here?
you shouldn't change it, I guess.
Give them hell! Give them hell! That's what Moose is doing. That's a triple kill to clear them out of their base. And now they can look forward to see if they can make this capture happen on the other side.
Yeah, Moose is just buying time, trying to stay alive over in court. Ends up getting a trade, essentially, since his teammate helps get that pick. But the important moment coming up here in 10 seconds. Both these sniper rifles coming up. That's what Moose was trying to set for. He realized how important Snipe Hut was in this moment.
We cannot lose out on this sniper. Spartan, though, is going to win that. The nade comes in just in the nick of time from Rain. That's going to prevent him from being able to pick it up. And on the other side, you had Ryanu trying to do the same thing, a little cheeky play to steal the sniper from the red team.
Yeah, both these squads realizing how important it is if you can acquire that weapon. You just have so much dominance for the next minute. Plus, you get free slays. You just have to force the other team into hiding spots. And somehow, they have to try to close that gap on the snipe, but it's so tough when these teams know how to lock down these positions.
Flag run's going to start to happen right now, and once again, it's going to be Ryanu who manages to make that play happen. The distraction comes in as well, so that means that he's just being a nuisance for Elevate to have to deal with. And the entire team pushed up to try and make this happen, but there's only going to be 2 members left alive here, and the snipe comes in as Falcade is going to stop him right in his tracks, and the collapse comes in from Elevate, stops that flagpole from happening.
Yeah, they stopped the flag run, but it's still not over just yet. That flag does get touched by Musa. Ryanu gets a double kill. This flag is making it all the way back, Golden Boy.
This might be the second cap. Musa slides right in, and that is going to do it. And with that second capture in, let's go into an Astro listening with Trifecta to see if they can make this third cap happen.
Jump right now. I'm trying to lift the car through Ryan Pistol.
2 on right, 2 on right. You guys are jump. One's weak.
Trying to look you, Sunday. I'm looking Bond. Yeah, he's weak. I'm fine.
Under. One shot.
Holy shit, he's by street. Our street weak. One shot, street. One shot, right.
You're nervous.
L-town, right. Right.
Ryan, I'm gonna come Bond.
Yo, our court. Ring two, one shot, absolute. One bullet, everyone.
One's our head, guys.
Alright, nice.
I got a beat down. One One shot high.
Looking. He's going straight. He's straight to the court.
I'm at the shot, guys.
Watch your...
I could do it.
Alright,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going ring 2.
Might have called you on death cam, Sonic.
I'm ring 3 too.
He's on ring 3. Our rocks.
I'm looking at our
Rocks,
rocks.
speak. One shot.
He's dead.
No, one shot rocks.
One shot in mid rock.
Ring 2.
You wanna jump, Tim?
Yeah, watch out, dead on.
Flagger.
Yeah.
Flagger, see shot.
One shot them.
It's good to get in their ankle snap.
One shot flag guy.
Still there.
He didn't die.
I'm looking.
Health back.
One shot on me.
I'm an idiot.
Got him.
Yes. One's gonna be like first time ring 2.
Our bond. One shot our bond. One shot our bond, ring 1.
Nice,
dude.
guys.
They're cheating. Shoot one shot.
One shot there, health pack. And one there.
Health pack.
And they're court on me.
Okay, one's ring 1. Going ring 2 or
They're
something.
court gonna go.
They're car behind.
Okay. Car. I got it.
The car going our court. Two guys going our court. One guy went third jump.
These kids are getting their ankles snapped. I don't even, I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, we're not in the streets right now, but I mess with it. I respect it. And that is going to continue to just give Trifecta that confidence. When they're just talking trash, they feel like they have that upper hand the entire time, Walshy.
That's the important part too, is like I said, your callouts have to be concise, whereas your trash talk, that does not have to be concise.
Not at all.
You can do a roundabout way of getting to the point in that one.
I've seen plenty of videos of people who have failed to trash talk effectively. But you let the game do the talking. Right now, though, Elevate manages to get 2 members of Trifecta down. It's really going to boil down to Rain here to have to defend the fort for as long as he can until his squad is going to come back. You saw the glint from the sniper as well, which that just told him, I need to get the hell out of here or else I'm going to get absolutely picked off.
Yeah, he has more to lose right there. He just needs to stay alive, keep that sniper in his hands, because as soon as that sniper goes down, Elevate has free reign. They can start charging across so much more easily. So that's why you didn't see Rain challenge in that specific position.
Now this could be the first flag cap for Elevate here. Big opportunity for them as L-Town's going to bring this flag right through, right to the side of the ring. So close here as he brings it over to the hut, and this is just a safe way to go. He's going to have that ramp for coverage, and this is going to be the capture for Elevate. They're trying to make this one a game here, Dave. We have 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to get this cap up. Right now, time is on Trifecta's side. They just have to get some plays, and that is going to slow things down a little bit right there. So all these trades that happen are actually in favor of Trifecta. It basically elongates the game a bit. Unless you have Elevate trying to be aggressive and trying to get some sort of random pull, which they have not done thus far. That doesn't seem to be their exact same playstyle. They need to essentially outslay Trifecta heavily in order to get their caps. So right now, Trifecta just needs to get slays. That should be their number 1 goal. They don't need to flank through to get some sort of sneaky pull or anything like that. You can flank through and get kills, but end of the day, just get slays.
Focus on the slays. Focus on the positioning. Don't get too antsy. And it's Trifecta we're calling for Elevate. Don't be nervous.
They're nervous.
Don't be nervous. In any case, so Elevate right now. They do have that ring control, and they're pushing over to the rock side. And it's another thing, too, that we were talking about from Tox the other day, when it was just like, you pick a side and you just push that side, right? And that for them, it is the rock side. That is the side that they like to bring the flag through. That is the side that they like to push through. And this could be the second capture here. He hasn't been spotted, and Sabinator is going to get kind of stopped up there on the textures of the bridge, those darn textures in Halo. But sometimes, you know, you got to make the map look pretty. And this is going to be the second capture here. As Sabinator is waiting for it, and he's going to make it happen, and we're all going to be tied up here, ladies and gentlemen. Elevate want to see if they can close this game out right here, but Trifecta need 1 more cap, and then we're going to go to game 5.
Yeah, 1 cap is going to decide this one right here. We saw a strong start out. Trifecta looks like Shooter's trying to help his team get back to this. Actually, as soon as he got that trip cap, his team, or sorry, that trip kill, his teammate also pulled the flag. That is so absolutely huge. And I haven't seen that many hand grenades since I was on Bourbon Street last night, but that was just a slight miss right there, and that could possibly be the flag going all the way in.
They're so close to being able to make this capture happen. Dave, Shooter is going to go down. The flag's going to be in the hands of Ryan New. Player's going to be right in front of him. Spartan's going to be there for the stop. But Rain's going to bring the flag up. All they have to do is put it in, and they make it happen. We're going to game 5, baby.
That is so huge here for this Trifecta squad. You know that they're going into this confident. When you're the team that's down 2-1 in the series, clearly you want the game 5, but you go into that game 5 with momentum.
Oh, man. What a game. Refuge going over to Trifecta. Now we're going to game 5. Let's take a look at the post-game Carnage report. What do we have here? Anything that stands out to you, Walshy?
Man, it looks pretty even Steven across the board. I mean, you total up the kills. It's pushing in over towards Yard.
Overshield has not been picked up quite yet, as all these players are just trying to jockey for control. And it will be Elevate, who managed to pick it up at the 11:40 mark. Keep an eye on that one when it pops back up in 2 minutes' time. Falcated waiting around, and you know, you have to just cut the tension with a knife here. It's just so amazing.
Walks right into a trap right there. You notice these three trifecta members pushing in over towards Yard and Loop. And one of those players was just hiding right above that driveway side. Shooter, aka Young Hustle, taking out Spartan there over on the driveway, trying to stay alive. He has to keep the sniper.
Gotta hit him with it. Gotta hit him with it. But Ryan Noob's gonna be there with the light rifle to pick it up against Sabinator, and that's gonna give him 2 kills. And wisely enough, Shooter says, you know, I don't need the sniper. I did my job. I'm gonna give the gun to the guy who I know can get the job done. And in this case, it is going to be Rain.
Yeah, Rain is a scary, scary sniper, and we're gonna have to see how comfortable he is in some of these standoff situations. There's certain snipers that welcome those chaotic, crazy situations. You see, think of someone like a Mikwin who loves to go for like those no scopes, who doesn't mind running to the very center of the map. Whereas I look at someone who's very calm and passive, someone like a Snipe Down, who once the game slows down completely, once you're in very neutral ground, he knows those little tricky angles to get kills. And I think I would categorize Rain as someone closer to like Snipe Down style compared to that crazy chaotic style.
One thing I've always liked about players like Rain is just they just look for the shot. They don't want to take the shot if they don't think they have the shot. I appreciate that kind of sniping, personally speaking. Oh, that looked like it was a shot.
He barely missed that one, but unfortunately now he's getting a bunch of pressure on him. So he does not have a choice. He's going to be in a crazy chaotic situation, has to have no scope, and when pressure is to it, he gets taken out. Sniper now in the hands of Snapernator. There's only 1 bullet left though, but that's all right. That's enough for 1 kill if he plays this just right.
Never mind. Did not happen there, Dave. Just as you said it, the caster curse comes through with where the sniper bullets go. 1 kill though. Overshield's gonna be up right now. Has anyone gotten it quite yet? No one has picked it up. And there you have it. Sabinator from Elevate. He's gonna push right into the flowers here. Gets the brawler, manages to melee him down, and that's gonna put them at 3 kills in the lead right now. They just need to rally the troops trifecta to keep this matchup close. That's exactly what they do there. Now we're in 1.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed before is last time we saw Elevate, they picked off a couple kills and then they collapsed in, were able to find everyone else. Whereas when we saw Trifecta just get those last couple kills there, Sabinator was able to slip away. He ran through driveway, was able to hide. So it's gonna be a difference of how these teams capitalize once they have the advantage, like when they get a couple kills down, how do they secure those last couple kills, and also how do you mitigate that damage when your teammates are down? How do you either find a trade or how do you get away?
Well, Rain manages to get away with the sniper here and bring it back over to Tram. He's waiting for anyone to push in from flowers. There you have it. Falcated's gonna walk out of there and not have his face. Another one in front, but his teammate should sweep that away.
Yeah, this is a capitalization period. They got 1 kill, they got another player to 1 shot. Right now, Trifecta can comfortably be aggressive, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to push across the map a little bit, especially with Overshield coming up in about 45 seconds.
Oh, I guess that was the gimme from last time when that player jumped up on the lift. I was threading the needle.
Yeah, we're even. We're good now.
The game's like, okay, Rain, we're good, Poppy. You move on. You do you, Poppy. 2017. Was a good year, but that is the score of this game.
2017 wasn't that great of a year.
Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
It's kind of an average year at best.
I think I heard a tweet describing it one time that said, I think 2017 was an underwater level.
Oh, yeah.
これもオーバータイムいきそうだな。
Or escort mission level. Yeah, those are always
レイヤーですよ。
Twitter.
でも時間いっぱいまで使えそうじゃないですか、めちゃくちゃ。
Yeah, he's definitely Snipe Down style, man. He knows how to get in some of those tricky situations, knows how to read where stuff's gonna flank on through, hits that nice no-scope, aka killing spree on him.
Little quick scopey.
Yeah, little quick scope, but unfortunately, Elevate were able to sneak in and acquire that overshield. That's absolutely huge. I mean, it got burned in the end. Spartan was taken down, but think about how much more Trifecta could and should have been able to do with that overshield, considering how much pressure and control they had in the center of the map.
Yeah, that is very true. I will agree with you on that one, but that boiled down to the communication from Elevate there to be able to push on to the overshield and get that. So let's actually go over to the Elevate team. Listen in with them, with an Astro listen in to see how they're going to come back in this game as they're down by 5.
Last week. Come in.
Yeah, time it. He's not bottom in.
Yeah,
You want U-turn.
One test. I think he's sniping blue. now.
S4, one shot sniper at Rain.
Alright, I'm on the loop side.
Alright, we gotta make a push.
Yeah. Yo, Ty, can you guys look over me? I'm gonna go post the stairs.
I'm in on the battery.
I'm going glass.
You still have sniper? I'm on glass.
Someone look over me. Someone just look over me.
We are.
Time.
I'm in on the tart.
Should I kill him? I'll kill him. No, I'm gonna die.
Look at you.
I'm back in.
Tommy weak, Ryan.
Died.
Mark it weak.
Watch it push.
One shot, Rain.
Show market.
Come in. It's gonna be Ryan.
You have no help, bro.
Still stutter.
Alright,
sniper, guys. Sniper.
No posters. He's running benches. Running benches.
Watch out, that's dead.
At nest.
Help me, guys.
He's gonna go for it. He's gonna be going for it. On it. Weak.
One shot. That's for one shot, too. That's for weak. That's for 2 shots.
Yeah, one guys.
That's for still. That's for one shot.
Where's the guy S4?
Nice.
U-turn. He's coming bottom lift, Ryan.
U-turn. I hear bottom lift. I'm walking to him. U-turn still one shot, I think.
One shot lift, Ryan. I got him.
U-turn.
You're gonna have snipered it. He got away with sniper. Watch out.
It's fine. We got it. Someone get blue. I'll go blue.
Glass. I hit one LR. I hit one glass with the nade.
We can hear. Top yellow. Yeah. Watch me.
26 shots. Anybody?
Glass weak shooter. Glass sniping.
Watch out,
Glass sniping.
Watch out. I got him.
Watch out. Look at Ross.
チャットボイチャを
Top yellow. Look top yellow.
Looking at it.
Now has a weak.
Don't mark it
ボイ
maybe.
チャにスポットが当たり始めた途端
Sniper loop.
このパーティー
Watch out,
に流れが来る
Look at the bro.
U-turn and dip. Mark it.
Bottom midweek. I'm gonna get pushed.
Alright, U-turn and then Jarbeer. He's gonna have combo.
Comms from Elevate there are calm at the very least, but I don't know.
Partially, I mean, you heard that panic at the end. You heard cover their lip, elbow. Like, you hear that panic in their voice.
They're trying to small talk a little bit, but it's just, I just don't know if they're like really backing each other up all that well.
No, I think sometimes they're implying or assuming that someone else is picking up on that. They're all doing their own thing and just calling out their own parts, which is nice. You do want to communicate what you're doing and where players are at. But you also need players who are reacting to that. You can't just have everyone be spitting out information and not taking it in.
Couldn't agree more with Subtech117 on Twitter. Leave it to Ryan Newman Trifecta GG versus Elevate GG.
名前負けしすぎでしょ
All on the table.
シューターの砂下手なんだよ
And I mean, this match is
なんか
serious.
土壇場に弱いみたい
Shooter finds one
土
in
壇場
front
に
of
弱い
BR, and he cannot win that fight. But still, though, they managed to, at the very least, get another kill to kind of compensate for that one and keep that lead going here, Walshy.
And Falcated. Look at how this is spun out of control. He was able to win that 1v1 against Shooter where he had disadvantage. Turned another kill over on Luke. Got another player weak, just doing so much. And that's just how that butterfly effect goes once you get a kill and stay alive and do more damage.
Rain realized that he was not in the best spot there, so he just wanted to get out as soon as he can. And I'm sure he's kicking himself for not being able to nail that shot. That would have given him their 35th, and he's going to just charge right in to pick that up. Player's going to be by glass. Jumps on down. So now you kind of look at where
grenades, my man.
You look at where the map is set up here and there. At this point now, Elevate, it's about just trying to see if they can make their way to Overshield. Trifecta have struggled to pick this up, and yet again, Elevate get the Overshield.
Yeah, Trifecta has control of the center of the map, and
ますます分かんなく
0
なって
out
きた
of 2
ぞ
times have they gotten those last couple Overshields.
This
It
is bad.
feels like Elevate know how to be aggressive, get that Slayer too, and then just collapse in. So obviously Trifecta does not seem to be as good of a setup/reactionary team. They need to be the ones dictating the pace. So maybe in the future, when they're set up for this Overshield, maybe they need to make a push over towards like blue or flowers or something like that, get a kill or two, and then collapse into their own spot that they already had under control.
Oh, the fact that they got Overshield but still have not really been able to take a sizable lead, it just felt like the Overshield at that point was just a presence pickup, right? They got the Overshield, and that kind of put the fear into Trifecta, made them play a little slower, and that will give them the sniper rifle, but no crazy lead has been built up quite yet. That's going to be Spartan's job to see if he can make that happen.
Yeah, and this is a little scary for Trifecta right now. We saw during some of those passive times when Overshield was coming up, they weren't able to acquire a lot of kills. When they had the sniper before in Rain's hands and it was kind of a neutral or slower period, obviously Rain and the Trifecta squad were able to pick that up and pull ahead a little bit. But when I think of Trifecta and seeing how they're being so much more successful earlier with like...
みんな素直いたくないからなかなか顔出
This
さ
is
な
a
い。
tougher situation and scenario to break down. They had Overshield, they had Sniper, but it looks like somehow Trifecta are still able to break through. This is absolutely surprising. I was going to say that Trifecta were in trouble if they were going to play this slow, but somehow able to pick up the pace, get a few kills, and now they have control and the lead.
Trifecta only knows one speed, and that is very fast, because that is how they push onto their opponents and don't give them any kind of breathing room there. Spartan tried to go for some no-scopes because he didn't have anyone there to protect him. Now Rain gets that sniper back. We're at 2 kills once again in favor of Trifecta. A minute and 23 seconds left on the clock. Overshield's going to be up in a few.
Sabinator just snuck on over there. We keep wondering how they get those overshields.
Oh, he got it! He got it!
Both those players grab at the same time.
これ
Musa
は
comes out ahead.
ムーサがナイ
Shout
ス
out
で
to
す
the
ね。
coaches here on Trifecta and Elevate clearly on top of their times. Musa winning that by a fraction of a second, and this could be what they need to close out the game, Golden
1
Boy.
minute remaining in this matchup here. Musa's going to find a player right in front of him, gets the melee onto him. Now we're into the final minute of the game. Sniper's going to be in the hands of one of the members of Elevate, but that's going to be the kill coming in from Rain. 4 kills separate these two teams. Rain with the sniper and only 1 in the chamber, but he's going to bring this gun back over to his side. 40 seconds left. Elevate need to make a move or they're out of this competition.
And Trifecta, are they just going to try to push and close this out? Rain gets 1 of the kills that they need.
1 more.
Only 1 kill away from taking out Elevate.
Oh, he manages to get the double kill. 24 seconds for Rain with the stop. And that is going to be sweet, sweet victory for Trifecta. And look at that. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Rhino just getting right up in Spartan's face.
Just obviously yelling at each other. They are very emotional in this heated moment here. Huge victory there for Trifecta in a close game 5.
Unbelievable. Hey, you know what? I'm glad that we're here with the Gears of War guys. Maybe some of these players are taking some notes. You know, take some notes. You saw praise yesterday. What a game, though. Really, both teams earned that game. Whether it was Trifecta coming out with the win, but how well Elevate played, it was a hard-fought matchup.
Yeah, what a ridiculous match. Think about those last 4 games, how close every single one of them were. 4 kills on each of the Slayers, 6 points in the oddball, and 1 flag is the difference between getting into the top 4.
さすがに眠いけど、この後トライフェクタの快進撃がね、いいんですよ、マジで。
どうしましょう。4時でございます。
寝ます。
寝ますか？
あれも考えるときにまた呼びます。
はい。
続きをまた見ましょう。
また今度にしましょ
ありがとうございました。
う。いえいえ、こちらこそありがとうございます。
最後になんかフォローが来たぞ、フォローが。ありがとうございます。
修理出してから、いろいろなデータ吹き飛んだから、やり直しですよ、ほとんど。
やり直し。何の修理出してたの？
いや、もうスマホの修理ですね。
あ。
今年の4月くらいだったかな。そうですね、データが丸ごといっちゃったんで。
うわ、LINE とかだるいね。
そうですね。もう友達にみんなに説明して、ごめん、LINE データいっちゃったんだって。
まだ学校だからいいよね。それ社会人になってそれやったらもう復旧できないよ。学生のうちはまだね。なるほど。
はい。ありがとうございました。
おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。
お疲れ様。